Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to the final episode of this series. Not only is this the final episode of this series, but this is the final episode of 2025. I am so excited to have y'all with me tonight because, y'all, it's about to be good. It's about to be good. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to discuss. So go ahead and kick off your shoes and relax your feet. I think that's how that go. But go ahead and let's go ahead and jump into it. You already know it's your girl, Erin, the host of the Be the Seed Girl You Growing podcast. And I am so excited to have y'all here with me tonight. Now, listen, if this is your first time here with us, let me just say you in for a good time. Let me just, welcome you to the garden. But if you've been riding with me, if you've been planting those seeds, if you've been really just, tending to the soil, you already know how we get down. You already know you got to find your seat, get your little water, your little juice, your little Kool-Aid, get your journal. Cause we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna jump into it. We're gonna take it real nice, real slow. All the things. We might hype it up a little bit because this is the final episode. But I'm just happy to have y'all here because today we're gonna be talking about reflection. Reflection on growth, reflection on God, reflection on glory, reflection on grace, reflection on all the things that 2025 has been for not only myself, but for all of us. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I wanted to start this episode off a little different, and when I say a little different, I'm just letting you know this is not just another episode. This is really a time for us to pause, to reflect, to think about all of what God has brought us to this year. That we actually made it to the last Monday of 2025. Do y'all we are one of the ones who made it to the last Monday of 2025. And I am blessed. I am blessed that you made it. I am blessed that we made it. I'm blessed that we all in this together. And I am just so excited to see what God is going to do in us, through us, and all the things. I'm ready for it because I know that this next year, yeah, we're gonna have to really just buckle up because we're going for a ride. I know I am because it's a lot of stuff that I done told God, hey, here it is. I wipe my hands with it. What we doing? You told me to trust in you and your timeline, not my own, because my timeline is shattered. So let me really focus on you. You told me to let go of those people who fertilize my dysfunction. I love that. Letting go of those people who fertilize your dysfunction. Let go of those people who really don't have the best interest for you. Let go of those people who they like to see you struggle. Letting go of those people who no longer serve you. Letting go of those people and those things who they like to see you going in a circle. Your circle of troubles, your circle of hardships, your circles of depression, your circle of feeling like, okay, when is my breakthrough gonna happen? Baby, I'm telling you now, we gotta go ahead and speak it. We gotta go ahead and claim it. We gotta already know that God has given us the authority. So when we go into this new year, we know that's gonna require us to have a new set of lens. We already know that we're going to have to listen a little bit different. We already know we're going to have to move a little different. We already know we're going to have to do things that no longer serve us. And that's why we're going to do a quick reflection so we can remember where he brought us from, so we can remember where he's taken us to, so we know that our failures and our weaknesses is not a sign of that we failed. It's simply like, hey, I got some growing back here for you. I need you to go ahead and reel it in. I need you to go ahead and tap in because it's about to be good. So like I said, this little episode is simply a reflection. It's simply a moment to look back at everything God has done for us over this year. Looking back at where just the things that the enemy thought was going to take us out, what the enemy thought was going to knock us off our track, what the enemy thought he was going to, oh yeah, let me do this to her real quick. Oh yeah, that should do it. Oh, let me cause this friction between them real quick. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Let me take away her job real quick. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Let me get her kicked out this apartment. Yeah, that'll do it. Let me play with her finances. Yeah, that'll do it. No, we still made it. We still standing. We still strong. And he thought he had it. The devil is a liar. Yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all, I don't even know why I be wanting to sing, but excuse me. Excuse me. I'm just happy, y'all. I'm really just happy. But anyways, this episode is called The Seed That Changed Me. The little seed that changed me. The little seed that made me think a little different. The little seed that made me reflect. The little seed that allowed me to give thanks and to glorify who God really is in my life. That's what it is. That seed that changed me, because truth be told, this season didn't just change you. It changed me for sure. It When I say, let me put it like this. When I started this podcast, I didn't know who would listen. I didn't know who would stay around. I didn't know how exposed I would feel being real, raw, and transparent. I just knew I was being obedient. I knew that God told me to do something. It was out of my comfort zone. It's uncomfortable, still uncomfortable, but I know that the people who supposed to be, listening, they listening. And I always tell my friends, like, oh, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but somebody gonna drink me. And hey, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But hey, if you picking up what I'm putting down, we good. If you doing a little, okay, hold on, what she say? We good. We in there. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'll just leave it at that. One thing I did know, that God told me to plant this seed. He told me to trust him. He told me to put myself out there. He told me to make myself vulnerable. He told me to be transparent. He told me to be honest. He told me to talk about my weaknesses. And with doing so, it has literally put me in a place where I feel like in front of this camera, even behind the camera, behind the scenes, whatever the case may be, I have been placed in a position where it's God is working on me so much because of who is listening, who is watching me. And I thank him for that. I thank him for the growth. I thank him for um, the discipline and allowing me to really just tune in and to focus on what it is that he want me to do. Because I wasn't always obedient. I wasn't always so quick to listen to the things that I know I should be doing. And he really helped me with that. He really helped me with that. But hey, we're here. I am grateful and happy to say that I am standing in evidence that obedience produces fruit. That be the seed. This was created out of obedience. Be the seed was something that, honestly, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning, and I'm ready for it. I'll just say that. I am ready for it. This entire season was about growth, not the pretty Instagram kind. You already know we talked about anxiety, we talked about comparison, we talked about obedience, conviction. We talked about sacrifice. We talked about pulling the weeds. We talked about healing, God's timing, letting go, accepting newness, becoming new. We talked about all those things this series. And again, y'all, as I was talking to y'all, I was going through it, which is why I want to talk about those things, because I was literally going through these moments, dealing with conviction, dealing with comparison, dealing with becoming new, dealing with pulling weeds, dealing with releasing old habits, dealing with anxiety, dealing with all the topics. I was dealing with them. As I was dealing with them, I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta we gotta tap on it. I gotta knock on that door, because if it's knocking on mine, I'm overcome it. I'm overcome it. But I want other people, and I know other women are most likely going through the same thing. So just so you know, you're not alone. You haven't been alone. That's why this series was created. I'm happy that I put it out there, let y'all know what it is and what it ain't, because it's been a time. And literally every episode I could hear God saying, I felt like God was saying, Aaron, I'm not just speaking through you, I'm speaking to you. So there was moments when I was preparing for these episodes, crying, face on the floor, toe up, really don't even want to record. All right, let me not say this way, because that's too much. Hey, I'm at my own front door. Let me not even tell them this, because it exposes too much of what I'm still working on, what I'm still going through. And God had to let me know, like, Aaron, it's okay. Aaron, it's fine. Aaron, I set it up like this because I've already gave you the authority to win. I've already gave you the authority to trample on the serpent's head. So now I want you to tell other women who don't have it, who needs a little bit more in them, that they can overcome it too. Allow them to see you. You are the example. It's heavy. That's heavy. It's a lot. But I take it for what it is. I listen. I'm obedient. Is it easy? No, not at all. It ain't easy. But I know that as long as I deny my flesh daily and pick up my cross and literally surrender to him, that he will continue to open doors that no man can shut. He will continue to give me new ideas and allow me to plant seeds, and not only in my own life or in my family life, but in whoever watches my podcast, whoever hears me, whoever I come in contact with. I know that everything happens for a reason. These encounters that I have with people, different people, is for a reason. So I have to continue to be obedient. I know that my obedience is going to help someone else. I know that through my obedience is going to help uh, a person that's struggling with a breakthrough, just because of what God has put in me. And it's not for me to get the glory. It's not for me to get the delight. I don't want to be seen. I want y'all to see me as God put that on her heart, or God took her through that just so she can sit in front of this camera and tell others about it, to help others get through it. So it's not that I need applause. It's not that I want to be recognized for A, B, C, X, Y, Z. No, it's simply just so y'all can see how good our Father is, how good God can. He literally sits high and look low. And he don't mind coming down there and getting dirty to come get us up out of there. We his children. He don't mind doing it. So literally, y'all, it's been moments where I've prayed and I'm like, God, is this something you really want me to do? God, I pray that I say it the right way so they can't understand it. Because if you know me, you know I talk a lot. And you gotta tell me like, Aaron, chill, relax. Like, let's back up. So I hope that these episodes you're able to connect with the words that I'm saying. You're able to pick up what I'm putting down. You're able to really just vibe out with me. And we go through this journey together. We understand that we're not perfect. We understand that it is in our weakness that his grace is sufficient. We understand that he wants to use us because of our imperfections. And for that alone, I just say thank you. This year, I learned that growth is uncomfortable. It stretches you, it exposes you, it requires you to let go of who you were comfortable being. But hear me when I say this, and you might want to write this down. Growth also strengthens your roots. It deepens your faith. Growth also teaches you how to trust God beyond your own understanding. That's why he tells us he don't want us to lean into our own understanding. Baby, because we'll paint a little picture in our head and we'll go down a whole little rabbit hole. Last episode, I was talking about the delusional mind and all that. That ain't our reality. Some of us want the harvest without honoring the process. But we got to also understand that seeds don't skip seasons. Hello? Seeds do not skip seasons. So when we are going through things, we got to understand that we have to go through. We have to go through to get through. Okay, I want to talk about the seed that changed me, since that's the little title of this episode anyway. The seed that changed me. The seed that changed me this year wasn't visible at all. Let's be clear. It wasn't numbers, it wasn't applause. It was something so simple. Actually, it wasn't simple, but it was one word: surrender. The seed that changed me was surrender. Me surrendering, me giving it to God, me telling him, okay, Father, you lead and I follow you. Father, you tell me what to do. You tell me where to go. You tell me who to connect with. You tell me who to speak to. Surrender. Give it to, I'm giving it to you. I learned how to say, God, I don't need to understand it. I just need to obey. And baby, when I tell you that was hard, hey, for the ones of you get it, get it. The ones who don't, hey, jump on so you can get it. Because it's hard. It's easy to say, I don't understand. I don't have to understand it, but I'll obey you, God. Just think when God has you to do something, he sends you a place without telling you what's going to happen when you get there. But you just got to obey. When he tell you to go talk to this person in the grocery store, but he didn't give you the words to say. When he tell you to give your last $2 to somebody, knowing that you hungry too. When he tell you to do different things that to us it don't make sense. It ain't 1 + 1 not equaling 2. So we like, what? But we have to know we just need to obey. We just need to follow him. We just need to listen to him because he already see farther down the road than we do. He already know the outcome. He already know once you do this, then this is going to happen. Once you do this is going to open up the door to this. I'm just testing your faith. That's pretty much what he's saying. I'm testing your faith. So obey while I test you. And that's what it is. This year taught me that grace meets you where you are. It taught me how God corrects because he loves. Because God is our daddy. He corrects us. And we got to just run with it. We got to go with it. That waiting isn't wasted. That even when our timeline is shattered, even when our expectations aren't met and we feel like, man, how long you going to have me waiting? How long am I going to be without? We have to understand that it's not wasted, that it's all a part of his plan, that it will all make sense on his timing, divine timing. Just gotta chill. This year has taught me that obedience costs something. Healing requires honesty because we got to expose the areas which in us that is flawed, that's not right, that's a weakness. So we have to be honest with ourselves. We can't keep sweeping stuff under the rug, making it seem like it's okay. Mm-mm. And growth requires God. The only way we can grow, the only way our seed can grow, the only way we can birth a new thing is with God. We can't do it on our own. No, we can't. Do we? Do you understand that we've tried to do many things on our own, and how it hadn't worked out. It hasn't worked out because we tried to do it on our own. We feel like, oh God, you taking too long. I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. This is how I've always done it. And where has that gotten you? And you can't say, oh yeah, well, this door open, yeah, for not long. You gonna go through this? Mm-mm. We just gotta listen. We gotta listen and understand that growth requires God. I learned that God will prune things I thought I needed. Things, habits, people. He cut them. He pruned them. And it wasn't to punish me, but to protect the fruit he placed inside of me. A lot of times we don't understand why the pruning season has to happen. It's that seed that's inside of us that he's trying to protect. It's things that God see and hear that we don't see and hear that he's trying to protect us from. So it's people who we feel like, man, this person never crossed me. Or this will never happen to me. Oh baby, but it will. So you gotta understand that pruning is simply not to make you feel down, but to show you that God is preparing you for something. When you feel like things are falling away, people are changing, doors are closing, plans are shifting, baby girl, understand that is not loss. That is not failure. It's simply preparation. God is preparing you for something so great. When all those things start to happen, he preparing you. He preparing you for something so good, so nice, where it will blow your mind. And that's when, with saying that, that makes me think about grace. Let's go ahead and talk about grace for a moment. Grace. I got to pause on that because grace. Grace is what carried me through this year. It carried me when I felt inadequate. It carried me when I felt like my hope was all gone. It carried grace is what met me when I felt alone. When anxiety tried to creep back in. Because anxiety, it come knocking at my door too much. You know how people try to tell you, real side note, how people try to tell you like, yeah, I've overcame anxiety. I've overcame this. I've overcome that. And it's like, it's every day. That's why you have to deny your flesh because it's going to come back to you. You can deny it. You have to keep denying. It's not going to be easy, but you will learn to give it all to God, and He will make that burden light. But that doesn't mean that, oh yeah, that's not a struggle no more. Well, at least for me, that's not what that means. Because anxiety still be coming. But I can't say that I don't answer that door. I'm able to acknowledge it now. I'm able to speak against it and get in my word and talk to God about it and really understand where our roots from. And it works. It works for me. Grace is what reminded me that I don't have to be perfect to be used. God actually don't even want any of us to be perfect because we're not perfect. He doesn't expect us to be. Where the more imperfect we are, the more he wants to use us. The more flaws we have, the more he wants to use us. I was doing the loop challenge with some of my homegirls, and just reading how He used the shepherds and the fishermen, people who really, really nobody of status. How he used them and how he blessed them. The woman with the issue with the blood, the the man who had the daughter who passed away, and the people laughed and was like, you can't revive her. She's gone. Different stories like that. All imperfect people. All imperfect people. God still used them. I think that's how the story went down. But yeah, God still, he wants to use them. He wants to use us because that's how God gets all the glory. Because it's an example, or it's an opportunity for the people who know the imperfect you to say, wow, if this happened for this person, this happened for her, if this happened for Aaron, let me hear about this guy she talking about. Let me learn about this guy. Let me try him for myself. And that's how it should be. He wants to use us. And I am so grateful that through grace, I have learned that I don't have to be perfect. How dare I think that I have to be? I would never make it. I will always be disappointed. I will always feel like a failure if I thought that I had to be perfect. No. Grace says to us, you can be growing and still be learning. You can be healing and still be hopeful. You can be becoming and still be unsure. God didn't rush me this year. He didn't shame me. He didn't pressure me, but he did walk with me. It was like he had me on a little slow cook. I'm gonna let her simmer a little bit. I'm gonna really just let her, I'm gonna be with her, even when things got hard, even when I felt like I was in the fire. He was there with me. What? We're gonna ride it out together. I just want you to stay near to me, daughter. That's what he be saying. Stay close to me. When it's hard, definitely stay close. And that's honestly one thing I want to take into 2026. That I have to give myself grace in the process, and that I have to continue to draw near to God. That even when time seems hard, even when it seems rough, even when things don't make sense, I have to continue to draw near him. I got to continue to seek his face. I got to continue to gain wisdom and knowledge of who he is, of his word, of how to be a better steward to his word, and a servant and a disciple. 2026, I'm on all that. I'm on heads, period. So I'm on all that. But I do want to sit these questions with you. And maybe you can journal them later. I'm gonna drop a little PDF, a little link where you can have this PDF of these questions just so you can write this down and it can make you think. The first question is, what did God teach me this year? What did I have to let go of to grow? Where did I see God's grace show up unexpectedly? What seeds did I plant that I want to nurture next season? And this last one is, what am I trusting God with in 2026? And those 5 questions, I just really want y'all to sit in them before really jumping to try to answer. Just sit and think about what I'm really asking you. And I'll answer a couple of them. What did I have to let go of to grow? The main thing I felt like I had to let go of was the disappointment in myself, because the disappointment literally tried to take me out this year. Because I painted this picture, I had these vision boards, I had this to-do list, this check-off list that I set up, wrote out, decorated, put in my closet, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna write this down, it's gonna be like this. 2025 is definitely gonna be the year. It's gonna be my season. And when it didn't happen, when the things that I thought that was gonna happen didn't, the disappointment the I was in the dark. I was in the dark. Like as I y'all, and it's just me being so raw and transparent. I had to let go of that. I had to let go of knowing that Aaron, it's not gonna always be like how you anticipated it. It's not going to always look like how you thought it was going to look. It's not going to always fall into place like how you did. Stop trying to control things. Give it to God. Allow God to do his big one because I promise you it's greater than what I was trying to do, what I was asking for, what I envisioned, what I put on my board. Granted, he tells us to ask, he tells us to seek, he tells us to knock, all the things, but not the expense of not trusting him. So the things that thing that I knew I had to let go of to grow, especially this year, was like I said, that disappointment within myself. I had to let that go. And what am I trusting God with in 2026? I'm trusting my boy gonna do a big one. He gonna do a big one in my life. He about to open doors. He's about to put me in rooms that I did not imagine. I already asked God, God, show me how good it can get. Show me how good it can get. And let me steward it well. Let me steward my finances, my relationships, my connections, my all things. Let me steward it well, God, so you can continue to bless me. Lord, and enlarge my territory, my capacity to hold what it is that you're about to release unto me. Man, I know God about to just go off. He's about to go off. And I've been preparing for it. Now, I'm not going to wait till January 1st. Now, been. Already preparing for it. I already told him, do what you got to do. Because, yeah, I trust him. I trust in God, my Savior. He the one. He ain't going to fail. He ain't. So, listen, as we prepare to step into a new year, I'm not rushing ahead. I'm entering 2026 rooted in my boy word, rooted in who I am, intentional on who I connect with, intentional with how I move, intentional with my time. I'm entering 2026 surrendered and also with the expectation that God is going to blow my mind, that God is going to show me, hey, Aaron, this is why I've had you waiting. This is why I did it this way. This is why I removed this person. This is why I introduced you to this person. This is why I have you in front of a camera. That's what 2026 is going to be. Next season isn't about doing more. It's about doing what God says, even if it doesn't make sense. Honestly, we're moving into a season of deeper community, stronger faith, more intentional planting, and bold obedience. We got to stand firm, bold before Him on the foundation that He has set before us. And y'all, be the seed is growing. The garden is expanding. The vision is stretching. And I believe God is calling us to grow together. Y'all, right now I have on YouTube over 140, I believe, subscribers. I'm overjoyed. I'm grateful. I give all the glory to God. 140 subscribers. On Instagram, I have like 200 something followers. TikTok, I have like 100 and something followers. But through it all, I am grateful. It's not about the number. Even if it was just one, I'm grateful that I'm connecting with that one. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So let me go ahead and talk about what's next because I do want y'all to stay planted. Before we close this season, I want to share something special with you. I want to share something special with y'all. This is the end of this season, not a B2C, but of this season, of this little series or whatever. But it is not the end again of Be the Seed. So don't fret. Because I'm staying. I'm staying. God has been downloading, pruning, and preparing something new. So I'm excited to tell you that a brand new series will be dropping in February of 2026. Y'all, this series, I'm inviting friends. Friends. It's not just going to be me on the screen that you see. Oh, that wrong. It ain't going to just be me on the screen that you see, but I will have some people with me. And I am I'm so excited. I'm excited on the topics, what will be discussed, what they have to say, all the things, picking their brains, like really diving in the deep end of his word. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And this next season, we're going to be more honest, more intentional, more rooted in the word, more community focused. We might do a little pop up. B2C may have its first official link up. I don't even want to say too much. I don't want to say too much. If this season has helped you grow, the next one is going to water you. It's simply going to water you. It's going to really take you to that next level. So I need you to stay connected. Don't drift away from the garden just because the season is changing. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I need you to stay locked in, stay connected. Follow me on Instagram. Be engaged in my posts because they coming. Holla at me on TikTok. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed that on YouTube. Stay in connection with B2C. This next season isn't just something you want to watch. It's something that you truly want to be a part of. February 2026, we're planting again. And like I said, we're going to hit the ground running. Me and my crew, we coming in. we taking it through there. And I believe God is going to do something new, deep, and so real and transparent and undeniable. So I want y'all to stay planted. I want y'all to stay in connections with what B2C is going on. I want y'all to do all the things. Just stay close. Stay close. I want to give y'all the seed of the week. It says Philippians 1 and 6. He who begins a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ, of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1 and 6. So, sis, you're not unfinished. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're still growing. We still doing what we have to do. It's a process. It's always a process. We're going to always be growing. We're never going to be at our, oh, yeah, this is the peak that I want to be at, because even when we get there, we're going to want to reach a new level. So we're going to always grow. We're going to always keep growing. We're going to always desire more. And I want to leave y'all with this closing prayer. God, I thank you for this season. Thank you for every listener, every tear, every testimony, every seed sown. Thank you for meeting us in the soil, Father, for growing us through grace, for pruning us with love as we step into a new year. Trust us. Help us trust you more deeply, God. Teach us to wait well, strengthen our roots, and help us to bloom in your timing. We surrender what was and trust you with what's ahead. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, y'all, if this series blessed you, if this episode blessed you, this is the last episode of 2020. Y'all, we made it to 2026. We there. We there. But anyways, if it blessed you, if you loved it, if you love what's happening with Be the Seed, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, tell your sis, tell your mama them, tell all your cousin them, sisters, the nims, aunties, big mama, tell them all to tap into the Be the Seed Girl You Growing podcast. Have them start following us on TikTok, Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube. I'm gonna drop a little email club, something. I'm gonna do something. I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve, but I do want y'all to stay connected. I do want y'all to, send this episode to whoever you feel like needs to hear some encouragement. Whoever you feel like could hear a word that can really take them through there. Because like I said, this episode was simply reflection. We're growing. We talked about grace and we talked about God, the goodness of God. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in 2026. Peace, y'all.